everybody, and welcome back to Blue Jays Today. We're your boys. We always got something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And now that we are at August 26th in the season, I think it is fair to make some judgments on the current Toronto Blue Jay players. We are going to be doing our tier ranking for 2025. I feel like we know who these guys are right now. We got a bunch of tiers. We're going to put them in there. You can tell it's a slow news day. But welcome in, everybody. If you haven't already done so, hit that like, smash the subscribe button. So here we got our tier list. We got the statue status, which is, obviously we want a statue imminently for this certain individual. Built different. They're elite. Way better than expected. Okay, wow, it's working. Everything's going right for these guys. Then you got good. You got average. Patience is required. Broken but hopeful. Gone but not forgotten. And then Buffalo.
Yeah, lots of guys on this tier. We got guys on the 40-man. We got guys who could be coming up to the team, have been on the team before, guys who are on the IL. So there's a lot of Toronto Blue Jays on this list. So without further ado, let's start with Addison Barger.
And you guys in the comments down below, let us know where we go wrong or right and just your overall thoughts. Addy Batty, been elite. But is he built different, or is he just way better than expected?
Well, he is definitely built different in the early part of the season. He's cooled off just a little bit right now, and I think you could have a strong argument for built different, as he's actually changed the lineup, and the exit velocity off his fastball or off the pitches have been phenomenal. I might argue built different looking at it now. Where are you kind of at?
I think I got to go way better than expected, and that's keeping in mind here. I love Addison Barger, but I'm looking at his numbers right now, and
he's gotten really cold.
Yeah, it's like this is way better than expected, but I'm not about to sit here and tell you that a 111 OPS plus guy is built different, even though he's had an amazing season for the Jays and like been a big factor here. Like, I look at somebody that's built different and I'm like, okay, like this guy is elite.
Yeah,
and I think that he's been way better than expected.
Yeah, like, I mean, you look at the first half and you could be like, okay, he's been built different with the home run rate and the OPS, but he has actually really cooled off in the second half, only with an OPS of 694. So, all right, I'll meet you right there and I'll go way better than expected. Now you got Chris Bassitt right here, who's having a bit of a slow year. He's probably got, actually, I can confirm, he's got the worst ERA on the starting rotation. Where are you at with Chris Bassitt?
Bassett's, for me, either is Bassitt average or good? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the question that we need to answer right now. Is Chris Bassitt good or average when we're thinking about just pitchers as a whole?
I would say 1.6 WAR. He can give you a good outing. He doesn't really have too many outings where he absolutely blows it for you, and that would maybe go into the average tier, if he mixes those in there. I might make an argument where he's a fringe good player. I'm not upset, but I'm he could be better.
Yeah, I think he definitely could be better. So I'll go with good as well, because I still think that Chris Bassitt is good, but clearly this isn't the best that he's played for certain. Similarly speaking, Jose Barrios, kind of I guess similar case to Bassitt, where it's like, this is definitely not the best that he could be playing, but I still think that he's good.
Hey, I think he might be the definition of good right here. He might be the definition.
Good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, you're not,
he's good.
You're definitely not way better than expected. You're not built different. We're not putting the statue up for you, but you're also not bad either. Like, I think you're just good.
You absolutely are good. He might, like I said, he is you look up in the dictionary, there's Jose Barrios' picture next to good. Now, Bo Bichette, you might have an argument for either a statue status or a built different.
Well, that's definitely what it's going to be between right now. It's whether or not we think that this guy deserves a statue or if he's built different. I think you can make arguments for both, okay? I mean, the guy is leading MLB in hits, so that right there is a very important statistic. However, I mean, you are talking about somebody with like an 819 OPS, which at the end of the day, like, that's very good, but that's not, MVP levels by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, and you're
I think I'm talking myself into being built different personally.
Yeah.
I might want to hear your thoughts.
You got a 3 WAR. You know, he probably end this season at a 3.8, maybe a 4 WAR if he keeps up this hot pace, which is kind of around what he usually does, maybe even a little bit less to be honest with you. So I think I'm going to go with you. And, you know, he's definitely built different, but in the upper echelons, because like he does have that great ability to get on base and get hits. And I mean, we wouldn't have the season without him for sure, but there's just other assets of his game that is missing right now.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I mean, like, if anybody is still questioning whether the Toronto Blue Jays should keep or not keep Bo Bichette, I mean, this season has proved it. The guy is, as we just said, built different. They got to hold on to him. Next individual here is Shane Bieber, and this one's actually very easy for me. This is a patience required because we have only seen one start of him. It's been awesome, and I would love to be able to put him in, you know, way better than expected or built different, but the guy's got 6 innings under his belt, and that feels disrespectful, in my opinion, to Chris Bassett and to Jose Barrios, who have like 150 innings or what have you.
I would even make the argument all the way up to built different, just because it's like, hey, you know what this guy is. He's had now 8 professional starts, you know, 7 being the minors, 1 being in the major leagues, and he's shown nothing but absolute dominance all throughout it. So I would go as far as say built different, but I hear your argument for patience required.
Well, it's, again, you know, like I'm not ranking people off of minor league starts, because I mean, then it's like, yeah.
Well, I'm also ranking him off of what he's done, like what he is, you know, what he is. So I'm not just this season, but what he is.
Sure. Yeah. Years ago. I mean, we could say the same thing for, you know, any number of individuals, right? We could have said the same thing for George Springer last year, you know, but years prior type thing. And again, I love Shane Bieber. It
the difference there is Springer was on the field though, whereas he wasn't, right?
Yeah, which is why I'm arguing for patience required, because we haven't seen enough. I mean,
I'll put him in patience. I hear exactly what you're saying. I just could even go like, hey, one more start and this guy's been built different. You know, like we see it one more time, because we only have 6 starts with him, where it's like, I truly do think Shane Bieber is absolutely built different than a lot of our starting pitchers and a lot of pitchers in the MLB. But I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree as well, man. I don't know. It feels disrespectful to me to somebody like a Bo who's been doing it all season for one guy for one start. So you guys let us know in the comments down below where
would you put him
with Shane Bieber.
Then we got Justin Bruhill. This one I can easily say I think he's up with the team technically right now. But here's the thing. He's probably destined for that taxi squad kind of guy, and we're going to put him, in my opinion, in Buffalo.
Yeah, I can safely put him there as well, man. I mean, on the season this year, he's only got 10 innings. Guy's got a 2.226 whip.
Yeah.
So I actually never seen a whip that high before, to be honest.
That's pretty high.
That's insane. So that's Buffalo through and through.
Then you got Ernie Clement right here.
Clement's an interesting case study for certain. Yeah, I think that there's a number of different ways that we can go with Ernie Clement, because there's so many different arguments here. The guy's got a 2.6 WAR, which is pretty nice. The OPS isn't good, and you know, like just the overall slash line, I think you could argue isn't great. But he does get on base, or at least he does rack up hits. He's got a 272 batting average. His defense is good. So it's like there's so many different things here with Ernie. Where are you at?
Like his defense, I would say, is like pretty elite, and then the ability to play first, second, short, third, like literally all around the diamond is even more elite. That's where his kind of value is coming from, and the bats basically just average. So I might put Ernie Clement in the lower good if we're going to outweigh those two kind of assets of his game. He's still got a 2.6 WAR. I'm going to put him in good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. Actually, I think earlier in the season you could have made an argument for way better than expected, but he's also cooled off a little bit with the bat. So Ernie Clement is a good baseball player.
Then you got Sir Anthony Dominguez right here, and I think this is an easy one right here. Patience is definitely required. I mean, he's been good before coming over to the Jays. Since coming to Jays, he's been pretty bad. 5+ ERA. I think patience is required. It's just a bad stretch.
Same thing. I mean, he's not playing great ball right now, but he is a good baseball player. So, yeah, we just got to be patient with him, honestly.
And then over here, you got Braden Fisher right now, who's technically down in AAA Buffalo. I think there's some roster moves that need to be happening first. For me, though, I still like Braden Fisher a lot. He's got a 3.03 ERA and a whip of 1.009. Even though he's technically in Buffalo, I wouldn't classify him as a AAA player.
No, I'm kind of surprised that they sent him down there in the first place, to be honest
Probably
with you.
just because of the options, and he was the only guy who had some.
I guess so, right? And they did something similar with Joey Loperfido, right? Like Joey Loperfido was playing great, but because he had the options, they decided to send him down. But, you know, the performance on the field at the MLB level has been good, right? Like, I think that honestly, and you could even make an argument to say that he's been actually
way better than
yeah,
expected.
I think you can make an argument to say that he's been way better than expected.
Yeah,
because
I'm going to put him there too.
like at the MLB level, like this is a really solid bullpen piece, and I did not expect this at all from Baden Fisher.
No, I agree. I absolutely complete surprise. And then you've got, I believe this is Tyler Heineman or Ty France. Excuse me. Yeah, almost. It's hard to see when they're so tiny. Ty France coming over in that Varland trade. I think with the Jays, he's kind of cooled off recently, if I'm not
So
mistaken.
he started out really, really hot. Let me see what he's done with Toronto. So in Toronto, he's cooled off a little bit. He's batting .276. He's got an OPS of .711 right now. Keeping in mind his defense is phenomenal, but he doesn't actually play first base a whole lot. Like he's only started with us at first like a handful of times since being over here. I don't know, because he's not. Here's the thing. I don't think you need patience with him. I don't think he's broken. I don't think he's gone. I don't think he's. I think
he almost feels like his own tier.
he almost feels like his own tier of Ty France, or just average.
Right,
like
right. He is kind of just average.
He's just
yeah.
kind of average, you know.
Yeah. Good defense with a low OPS plus of 89.
Yeah, like I
put
think
him in
that he might
average.
just genuinely be an average baseball player right now.
Fair enough. All right, then you got Jimmy Garcia, and this one's we got a tier right for him. Gone but not forgotten. Because he's probably not coming back this year. He's got other reports that he's getting checked out again, and it's getting worse, and he's not bouncing back great from his bullpen sessions. Probably not coming back this year, but we got him for next year, so he's gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, he is. He's probably cooked for 2025. Similarly speaking, but for I guess different reasons here. Bowden Francis gone but not forgotten. Yeah, he ain't coming back anytime soon, folks.
I haven't heard a single update on him.
Not a single
all,
thing,
so.
man. Not a single. I mean, we're hearing more about Alek Manoah and Trey Savage than we are about Bowden Francis. So yeah, he is. He's done.
It is tough. And now you got Andres Jimenez right now, who had a homer last night. Shut up, pretty big game from Andres Jimenez. Since coming back from the IL, he's been actually very, very good. I'm going to look up his splits right here for 2025. In the second half of the season, he's got actually, never mind. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I thought he's been better in the last little bit. Maybe someone to correct me in the chat down below. But obviously the great defense is right there. Where are you kind of putting him at?
Man, like I think that honestly, keeping in mind, you got to factor in the guy was injured for a large period of time, which is not his fault, but it's also like, he was. I'm seeing a lot of similarities between what I'm looking at right here. No, I'm seeing a lot of similarities to Ty France. We made the same argument. It's a below average bat. He's not played a whole lot with the Jays because he did get injured.
And great defense.
So
all right, I'm with you right there. Yeah, average. I mean, I think at his best, I don't think this is his best. He could be a good player.
Yes.
But
exactly.
He's right now not.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to have somebody's back when he's got a 74 OPS plus. I mean, that's when you are like actively, I think, hurting the team every time you're off the bat.
That is what it is.
He does need to get better in that regard, but obviously the defense picks him up. So that's where we're at with Andres Jimenez. Kevin Gausman, roller coaster of a season. He's had some incredible months. He's had some bad months. He's in the midst of having a pretty good month, but then his last outing, he gave up 4 runs to Miami. So he's just been kind of all over the place. I'll probably put him in good.
I'm putting him right ahead at the top here of good because obviously he's better than Bassett and Barrios this season. But yeah, you're right. He's not way better than expected or built different this season. Good is where he's at. He's a very good. He's good. He's on the top end of good.
He is good. Jeff Hoffman, another weird one. Recently, he's been playing significantly better. In the last little bit, I believe he's got an ERA under 2, which is awesome to see because that was like well over 5 at one point.
Yeah.
But he's also had some rocky outings, to say the least. And as a closer, having your season-long ERA sit at 4.17 obviously is not where you want it to be. But in the second half, he's been very, very good. So like previously, before, I would have said, like broken but hopeful or something like that. I think that at this point, I'm probably looking at Kevin Gausman as good.
I'm looking at
here.
good. Yeah, he hasn't been way better than expected because you're saying, what's his expectations? His expectation was to be built different, right?
Yes.
And right now he just hasn't been fully built different all year. And it's a long season. He's been built different in the second half. I've been loving him. But yeah, again, he's just another good player. Also, fun fact, they have the exact same whip, him and Kevin Gausman. So I just thought that tripped me out. I thought it was glitching. But yeah, Jeff Hoffman has been good. Now, Eric Lauer, on the other hand, 2.76 ERA, whip of 1.08.
I
Might be way better expected or built different.
I think he's built different, dude. And the reason I think he's built different is because I'm looking at the guys in there that we have. I just don't think I can actively put Eric Lauer in the same tier as Braden Fisher. You know what I mean? I don't think I can actively do that because Eric Lauer, he's got 88 innings under his belt. He's got a WAR of 2.7, which is 0.3 off of Bo Bichette, who we put in built different. He's got a whip of 1.08, and then of course the ERA of 2.76 and a win-loss record of 8-2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close.
Here's the thing. He could be in both because it applies to both of them. He is built different, and he's been way better than expected. So I think with that being said, you got to go built different. Like he is. I mean, we were expecting nothing from Eric Lauer coming into the season. So obviously, when he goes and plays like a guy like to the level of WAR of Bo Bichette, like you mentioned, that's very surprising. So I will go with you in here and built different.
Eric Lauer's been a fucking stud for us all season long, everybody. Now the next one, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and this one is going to be close, I think.
Yeah.
It's like the question really comes down to, are you putting up a statue for this guy or not? And I know that this is a very contentious topic among Blue Jays land. Does Vladimir Guerrero Jr. warrant a statue, or is he just built different?
He definitely is built different. Yeah, I feel like if anyone's gonna get a statue, it'd be like him or maybe like Unk.
I'll tell you, I've been in the back of my brain. I've been thinking about Unk as maybe the guy that gets the statue.
You know, but the funny thing is, if we're actually talking about real life or just memes, like if we're talking about real life, like he will eventually probably get a statue, but not right now based on what he's doing. Right? I mean, this is for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. standards. This is a built different. You're gonna get some MVP votes, but you're not gonna win MVP or anything like that.
That's the thing. I think that this is exactly what I want to see from Vladdy, like pretty much year in and year out. But it's not. Yeah, like I'm not about to put up a statue for you or anything like that. Like there are other guys in the American League who are performing better than you. Again, like we're just ranking the Toronto Blue Jays right now, so. I think that he is at the very tippity top of built different. And I think part of the reason that I'm putting him there as well is because I am thinking to myself, Unk is going to come up. And if anyone deserves the statue status, it might have to be Unk.
Well, let's keep going. We got Tyler Heineman right here. Very good off the bench this season. The overall numbers have been nice. 320 batting average, OPS plus of 137, but he is just a bench bat. Where you at?
I think that Tyler Heineman is way better than expected.
Yes, you're right.
When you're thinking about a backup catcher, like we were walking into this season and there was a lot of discourse online talking about how the catching position is going to be a big problem for the Toronto Blue Jays because it was Kirk and then we didn't know who else. And Tyler Heineman, over 122 at-bats, has racked up 2 WAR. I mean, that's that's actually insane that you have 2 WAR and a lot of guys play every day and they got like 1.5. Yeah.
So yeah, Tyler Heineman for me definitely way better than expected.
He's way better than expected for certain.
If he was built different, he'd be starting every day. But unfortunately, the guy in front of them is actually built different, which is Kirk. We'll get to him in a little bit. You got Brandon Little that is up next. Brandon Little, a bit of a weird year. Lots of whiff. Decent amount of strikeouts, but a lot of walks too, all resulting in a 2.88 ERA and a whip of 1.331. Coming into the season, I was hoping he would be this because he saw flashes of this. So I don't want to go as far as to say he's way better than expected, but I think he's a good bullpen piece that you can rely on back there that has some faults, right? That's why I don't want to say he's like built different or anything. I'm going to say he's good. He's a good guy.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that as well. I think, the other argument is way better than expected. But, you know what? I look at the whip right there as well, and the whip is relatively high. And I've seen that guy throw a lot of balls into the dirt. So I can go with good. He is a very good bullpen piece.
Yeah.
Now you got Mr. Alejandro Kirk, and I got a really fun stat right here. I think I might make a graphic about this on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following us on Instagram, then please go do so, everybody. But this is a really cool one. Everyone's been talking about Alejandro Kirk with the 2 strikes. You know what I mean? Like what? Well, he's so good on 2 strikes. Keep in mind, this was a couple days ago. Okay, the April or August 19th, excuse me, when they tweeted this out. But Sportsnet stats, shout out to them. Alejandro Kirk has an MLB best 768 OPS with 2 strikes. So the guy on 2 strikes is the best hitter in all of MLB.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that he is an awesome catcher for us, defensively speaking, one of, if not the best catcher in the game, and he's batting .296.
And he's got 1 stolen base.
And he's got 1 stolen base. I think he built different.
Yeah,
I think he's built different.
This is the definition of built different too. If you're looking at the WAR compared to Bo and Eric Lauer and what he brings with the defense and just how good and elite and clutch he is this season, definitely built different. Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah.
Literally built different. He's awesome, man. Nathan Lucas is up next. He's been hot. He's been cold. He had a good game yesterday. But right now you're looking at a guy who's basically the definition of average, in my opinion. 1.5 WAR, OPS of 102, which is 2% higher than average. And I like what he's doing so far this season, but I think he might actually be also the definition of average, but on the upper end.
Yeah, he's like really, I think he's on the fringe between good and average. That's where I'm at right now. So if we want to put him at the top of average, I can get behind that. Like he's been, but keeping in mind, I don't want to take anything away. Like I don't want to disrespect Nathan Lucas because like there were a lot of times in the game or a lot of times in the season, excuse me, where this guy was the leadoff man for the Jays and just thinking about that, like nobody expected that. So
you could make an argument for way better than expected, but I mean right now it is rounding out. I kind of was hoping that Lucas would be an average bat, so I guess he is what he is.
That's the thing. It's very difficult because when you think about him, I'm like, oh, this is great, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't expect this from him, but overall, it's like, okay, yeah, it is just kind of an average bat in MLB. But he's still been very good. So it kind of a convoluted thing, mental gymnastics that we're doing right there. But we'll keep him on the high end of average.
And then you got Mr. Joey Loperfido, who's right now down at AAA Buffalo, but I think we all can agree he's coming back at the end of the week or at the beginning of next week, excuse me. So for me, Joey Loperfido has been very hot so far this year, 358 average.
Yeah.
Way better than expected.
It's tough because this is where like the rankings and the tier rankings get difficult. Similarly, when we were kind of debating about Shane Bieber, it's like now we're talking sample size, and he's got 81 at bats to his name. How many games has he played in? He's played in 30 games, so a month. He's basically played 1 month of baseball with the Toronto Blue Jays. So the question is, do we put him in the same tier as somebody like an Addison Barger, who's been doing it all season long, even though, you could argue that Joey Loperfido is way better than expected, but it's obviously a significantly smaller sample size.
Yeah, you also got Tyler Heineman in there. Even though he's been on the team, he's played in less games. But in his role, he's been way better than expected.
His role.
Whereas like Joey Loperfido wasn't going to be like he got called up midway, and he's been way better than expected as a call-up from Buffalo. So... I would argue way better than expected because it feels weird putting him in like patience required when it's like, his role is that off the bench, like 4th, 5th outfielder guy.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We can do that. Way better than expected. It feels like a lot of people are falling into that. That it's like there's so many different individuals that you can make the argument for that they are way better than expected. Right. Because again, it's a good baseball team.
Everyone's been way better than expected.
But you guys let us know down below. Yariel Rodriguez. This honestly, man, could be the first. Okay, again, this is where now we got to decide. Are we going off of the full season and everything, or is it recently? Because recently, he's been broken but hopeful. He's got an ERA of like 10 in the last month and a half. So he's been broken but hopeful. But on the season, he's still been very good. So it's a tough one to navigate here.
I think you kind of got to meet somewhere in the middle because that's kind of what we've been doing here. 1 WAR on the year. The whip's still good. The ERA is, average, good. You can make an argument for either or on the year.
Patience required.
maybe
We
some
require patience, yeah.
Should we throw him in the patience required? That's
Yeah,
not a
it's
bad
like,
idea.
you know,
Like, hey, be patient with him. And I think like he's gonna round out eventually and like
Right.
find himself in the MLB.
Yeah,
so.
patience is required. It's not working right now. Still a very good baseball player.
And then you got Mr. Tommy Nance.
Oh,
Tommy
boy.
Nance has been awesome this year, man. Like I always forget about Tommy Nance until I see him on the bump with a 0.96 ERA, a whip of 0.857, and how many games? It's been 16 games now. It's like, okay, we got a healthy sample size here of like,
Wow.
a month and a half. Where are you putting Tommy Nance?
Yeah, again, we're getting into that area where the sample size is it's tough because it is only 18 innings, but my God, he's been a dog.
Like it's actually kind of disgusting.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how good he's been. So I guess good or way better than expected.
I think, way better than expected.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting 0.
Right.
I was expecting a call up for a couple games, then you're back down there, or even like a DFA because he has no options. And here he is, just holding his own in the big leagues. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay, this one's easy for me. I think it's what is it broken but hopeful, or is it gone but not forgotten? Because now recently there's a wrinkle,
Yeah.
and it's that he actually did start swinging the bat. So there's like this mild glimmer of hope that maybe Santander can cut. I'm talking myself into it.
Yeah.
Broken but hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, look, I talked myself into it in the Blue Jays Today show yesterday, where if he does come back and maybe he bats 7th and he pops a couple homers in AAA
Right.
and he's looking kind of good, I'll get a little
And
bit
that's
hopeful.
just like pure fucking hope.
That's hopium, pure hopium.
Yeah.
So hopefully he comes back, but I'm hoping that he can, maybe even next year be better. But let's go Santander. Sandlin, though, not a lot of great updates right there. I think he's in the gone but not forgotten kind of tier.
I'll be honest. I actually did forget. I completely
The
forgot.
good thing, well, there's no tier of gone and forgotten.
Yeah, I did forget. But R.I.P. Nick Sandlin. Hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year. And then you got Max Scherzer, the Blue Jays Today guy. He's been awesome. I think his stat line yesterday, we gave up 4 runs, kind of skewered a little bit. He didn't really show the full story of how good he was yesterday. But still, overall this year, kind of similar numbers to the rest of the guys.
I think that Max Scherzer is way better than expected.
You're right.
Because-
More starts than expected, too.
Yes, exactly. Like, he's way better than expected. Keeping in mind, like, when he first came here, it was all like anything that he might not even start a game is what people were saying. And then there was other people were saying he could get back to Cy Young. So it was all over the place. But large in part, I think that he's played way better than expected and played more than expected. And now I am expecting him to potentially start a playoff team.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which is honestly, we weren't expecting that. We were hopeful that he would maybe do that, but there was a very slim chance. And here we are in September, and he's out here dealing. And now you've got Davis Schneider next up on this list, and there is some interesting arguments to be made. He's been pretty dang good this season, in the small sample size of 138 at bats, 8 homers. He's got an OPS of 822, OPS plus of 126. Now, you could make an argument that he was way better than expected because you weren't expecting a whole lot of him, or you could just say, oh, well, we kind of know what Davis Schneider is, and he's a pretty good baseball player. Where are you kind of at?
yeah, this one's.
This is probably a tricky one because, again, like I just
It's
said,
both. It's
yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
both.
Like, it's both.
He's good and he's way better than expected because I was expecting nothing.
It's both. So I put him in good. Put him in good. But understand that it's like, again, we should have done a better job. Way better than expected. It's too open, right? Everyone's way better than expected.
Right.
But yeah, he's both. He's good and he is performing better than anyone would have anticipated.
Yeah, love it. Then you got Paxton Schultz now, another Blue Jays Today guy. I have some shorts coming out about him coming soon. He's obviously, I think you got to throw him in the Buffalo tier because he is up and down from the 40-man roster.
Yeah.
Came up and then he got sent right back down. So
I feel bad for the guy because like he's such a nice person, such a nice dude, and we messaged him like congratulations when he got called up, and then he got sent down like 12 hours.
Yeah, he came up for the arms and then he was back down.
And then that was that. So yeah, Paxton Schultz, you're gonna have to be Buffalo, dude. George Springer, Mr. Unk himself. Now, when you're just looking at a WAR standpoint, there were other guys that could be better than George. I mean, Vladdy, for instance, Bo, I think has a higher WAR than Georgia. That being said, though, I still think that this guy, we might need to put a statue up for this guy.
No, like, would you put a statue up for this? Yeah, I mean, it's a very good season. It's a very good season.
So that's the thing. This is where part of the actual situation of George Springer comes into play.
Right.
He's 35. He's turning 36 in a couple weeks. You know, he was terrible last year and pretty bad the season prior to that. Nobody expected anything. So this is where, you know, part of the, because yeah, you're right. He's built different when you're just looking at the slash line. But when you think about what he's actually meant to this team, it feels like a statue needs to go up for George Springer.
I hear you. You could make that argument with a lot of guys too. You know, you could make an argument with that with like Kirk, because the feeling there is like, wow, that guy like put a statue up for Alejandro Kirk, right? And like, you know, some other dudes as well. But yeah, I mean, if anybody's gonna get statue, it's gonna be him, because I don't think anybody else is gonna get it.
Statue. So I think George Springer is like honestly a strong catalyst of this season,
right?
And you know,
he's the best hitter on this team.
He's the best hitter on the team on the offense that is, you know, arguably the best hitting offense in baseball. So there you go. Well, that's the argument. You guys debate down below.
Fringe statue status for me, because again, like, if we're gonna, it's just gonna be blank. You know, and then it's not fun.
Exactly.
Louis Varland, that's an easy one. Patience required. He's been roughed up since coming back.
It's not been good for him, man. Dalton Varsho. This is an interesting one because the sample size is very, very small, but when he's on the field, the guy is an absolute animal.
Yeah.
OPS of 861. I might even argue that Dalton Varsho's built different.
That's what I was gonna say,
because like the capability to be injured and then come back and then immediately hit bombs.
Yeah, that takes some special skill and give you the great defense.
Like, you're actually built different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, from a physical standpoint, it's like, how are you doing this? I do not know. So yeah, Dalton Varsho been absolutely elite this year.
And then you got Miles Straw, who's been honestly a very solid bench guy, filling in for Dalton Varsho. Bats lower than expected, but you got the defense been amazing. The WAR is 2.3 off the bench.
It's actually nuts.
That's actually crazy. And you know, for me, I gotta say,
I think he's good.
He's a good player.
He's a good baseball player, which I did not anticipate or expect. But yeah, I mean, kind of robbed Cleveland on that one.
Yeah, and like, you could make an argument for way better expected, but we got too many bloody players up there. Then you got, last but not least, Mason Fluharty, who's been kind of up and down.
So Mason Fluharty, I've been looking at pretty much all these guys. I think the only other individual with a negative WAR was Justin Bruhill. And like Fluharty, he started out so good. He was looking like he was going to be like a strong lefty for us, which is something that, you know, like, we only have a limited amount of. But he fell off pretty handily right there. So I think it's Buffalo, man. I think that Mason Fluharty is Buffalo.
I would even make an argument like patience is required, because he is so young. He's 24 years old, and he showed signs of a great player, and he probably will be back at some point with the team.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Is Mason Fluharty in the same tier as like Ariel? I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is a Buffalo guy this season, in my opinion. You know, like, you're looking at him, it's like, this guy, he's Buffalo.
All right, I'll throw him in Buffalo, but I would put him in patience required.
He's still young.
Yeah,
he's
like,
a prospect.
the stuff is so good, and I really do think he will develop, and it's just a matter of refinement right now, where I don't think he, no offense to these guys, like, I think he's been more proven than those guys. It almost feels like he needs his own tier right there.
Yeah.
The Fluharty
I mean,
tier.
like, Fluharty is going to be, I think he could be a guy for us maybe next year or 2 years from now. But so in that regard, yeah, patience required, but I think this season he's been Buffalo.
You guys let us know your thoughts down below. Do you agree with this tier? And is there anyone you would change or move around? We want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. So hopefully we'll be back with some more news. Right now it's kind of dead right now. But, that's the Blue Jays season, right?
Listen, Blue Jays are winning, and this is a good thing. I'm not going to complain about them winning and nothing changing. In fact, if this could be a boring season from here until October, I think I'd be very, very happy.
Yeah, literally. Oh, nothing's changed. We're still second in the American League league. Oh, we're still winning baseball games. Everyone's hitting home runs. Oh no.
Not that bad. Folks, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like, smash that subscribe button. $4 a month become a YouTube membership. And thank you to all of our current YouTube members. You guys are awesome.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
And as always,
Go Jays, go.